Hey, what's up, guys? Can't wait to tell about the next event that we're going to be part of. It's going to be November 26th. The CliffsCon show is doing a great show at the Doubletree Hotel in Bristol, Connecticut. That's going to be from 10 to 3. Over 75 dealer tables will be set up. Lots of special guests. And this is a great show that he does quarterly, I believe. And if you're used to the Plainville show, then you know how many great local vendors are there. So there's going to be lots of special guests. And lots of people from the community will be there set up. You won't miss us. Trust me, you won't miss us. We'll be set up buying and selling and doing great footage and taking great content and just being part of the comic book community. So hope to see you there, and hope you enjoyed this video from the Fall Comic Book Crawl. Stay tuned for my haul video. And as always, get ready for some great content coming at 3 Men in the Basement. And also, if you missed this past crawl, don't worry. We've got a winter crawl scheduled in February, after Valentine's Day, after the Super Bowl, but it's going to be in Massachusetts. We're going to do something really fun this time. Not that it's always fun, but we're going to switch it up a little bit and go on a true road trip for the 3 Men in the Basement winter crawl. So stay tuned for all those details, and stay tuned to 3 Men in the Basement. Remember, comment and share and like all our videos. Have a great day. I am Otto, and I am out. Peace. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the little pre-recorded video of the 3 Men in the Basement. This is the Otto got his Grail back edition with Lenny the Mad Scientist, Uncle Frank. We're going to give them all their due time to talk about what we got going on in this video. But first, listen to our good friend, Kevin Smith.
And go.
Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith, and you're watching 3 Men in a Basement. Take that from a former comic book man.
Love it. Awesome, dude. Thank you again.
All right.
All right. That's our buddy, Kevin Smith. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce the first 3 Men in the Basement. Before we introduce Lenny, the Mad Scientist, we have Uncle Frank. Uncle Frank, few and far between coming on 3 Men in the Basement.
It has been a while, hasn't it?
It has been a while, but this is a very important video for you because you were the catalyst of this.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
You are.
Wait till you hear my reasoning behind it.
Yes. Okay. Absolutely. And above him, from the sunny Sunshine State, we have Lenny, the Mad Scientist, the founder of Spineworks. Lenny, how are you, my friend?
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. Always good to be back on 3 Men in the Basement.
Can't wait. Can't wait. And Lenny has a very integral part of this because this is something that you guys should know. I don't know what's going to happen. I want to get Lenny's input when I do this because this video is about how Otto got his Grail back. And
nice.
I want to share this story with you. But guys, before you do anything, as always, like this video. Do you feel the way I feel about getting books back in the comic book world? Hit the notification bell so when these videos pop up, our live shows or the pre-recorded, and subscribe now. We're getting on 4,000 subs, man. We're working our way up there. We want to get great content out to you. We're always trying. And please leave a comment below. Are these books that you go after? Do you believe that I was right by doing how I ended up making the deal? Would you have undercut me? Would you have you done that before, or all those kind of things? So please leave a comment below and we'll definitely comment back. So whoo, that's a lot. Okay, now this has something to do. This is how, and I don't know if you guys feel this way about this, but you find stuff out in the wild, right? And if you are not truly emotionally connected to it, then sometimes you should let it go, because I believe you will find it again through comic book karma and through all the connections that we made. Uncle Frank, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I remember when you sold your other copy.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to talk about that. Yes.
Right. I know you sold it, so I know that meant a lot to you.
Yes.
So it just almost like the stars just aligned. All right. Yeah. And as we go further, I'll chime in as we get going a little bit, and I'll tell you why I thought this was the right move.
Okay. Thank you. Lenny, have you ever just said, I can sell this because I know I'll find it again? I mean, you're a hunter, you're a master presser, you set up at big cons, so you see a lot of books, right?
I do. I see probably too many books. But I'm also a hoarder, so it's hard for me to let something go.
Okay.
But I had in my life in the past due to unforeseen expenses. We're talking 30 plus years ago. I let go of a book that, to this day, it just, I shouldn't have never let it go, but it went to a good cause, and I did buy it again. Like you said,
Okay.
you come across it. The deal was great, but it's not in the conditions that my original was. But I'm happy to have it back in my life. So
Okay.
I can't really complain. But
Yeah.
it's one of those things that I wish I would have kept the original, because that sucker was super high grade and
All right.
and probably didn't even need a press in today's standards. That's how nice the book was.
Okay.
So,
All right, but you were able to get it back
Yes.
at some point, so you do have it in your possession, and maybe someday you upgrade that right back to where it
Yeah.
could be. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I could always do that.
I agree. I agree with that. All right. So
I mean, Evan, you're always talking like this game is it's a marathon because we have a passion for this, right?
yes.
So I've let go of Grails before. I haven't gotten them back. I've got one
Yep.
of them back, but you
Okay.
know what? When it's time, it'll just hit right.
Yes.
All right, it'll be the
Mhm.
perfect time to get it. All right, I'm
Right.
a firm believer of that.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
So
Thank
there
you
are
for
still
that.
books that I'm looking for that I just haven't gotten yet, but that's okay.
Right.
All right.
And
It's okay.
Frank is a good hunter too. Frank will get. He knows where the deals are. He
Oh
finds.
yeah,
some stuff, Frank knows.
Frank knows where to go.
All right, so I'm going to be a little bit. I'm going to do this myself right here.
Highlight this guy, man.
I'm going to highlight my. Oh no, I got to do it right here. I'm going to do it right here. All right, this is just so I can show you the story. Okay, so I'm a huge X-Men fan. I'm a massive. Dave Cockrum is my favorite artist of all time. Okay. I've been enjoying X-Men my entire life. The run from 90s. Well, my first issue I ever bought was 96. I read reprints in 94, 95. Giant Size X-Men is a reprint I had as a kid a million times over. So Dave Cockrum is my favorite artist of all time. So as I started getting back into comic book collecting, I started to hear about all these oddities, which I kind of knew and kind of didn't. And I started learning new things. And then I found out about Foom, the Foom magazine. Friends of Old Mary Marvel. No, am I saying that right?
Friends of Old Marvel.
Yes,
So
Friends of Old Marvel. But there's two old, but I don't know. Friends of Old Mary, whatever it is. So, and I found out that Foom 10, had a Dave Cockrum cover. And then I started finding information on it that he did a lot of the X-Men pages inside of the Uncanny X-Men. Then I found out that CGC recognized it as predating Giant Size X-Men #1 and X-Men 94, right? Am I saying that right, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So that being said, that's not in canon, though, correct?
Well, again, the Fooms are considered magazine or fanzines.
Yes. Okay. Correct.
Okay.
Good point.
So it's not a comic book, but
Yes,
it was spoken of, and they did this to show subscribers, because it was a subscription.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
And I know that based on a lot of my clients who turned them in, you can still see the original labels
Okay.
on
Yep.
them, and the majority of all of them had it mailed to them, and it's made out of almost pretty close to what a newspaper is.
Okay. Yep. I've heard of that. I've absolutely heard of that. So, so I was at a show, and believe it or not, I saw Foom 10, and he had a bunch of other books, and I turned around. I said to the gentleman, I didn't realize who he was. I said, "How much for the Fooms?" Mike Carbo turns around and says, how much do you want for it? How much are you willing to offer? And I go, $120, $125. He goes, no, this is a good book. He threw it on the table, and he's got his
Oh yeah,
his
ass cough, yeah,
the ass cough on, and he goes, you know what? Take these other books too for $200. I said, I don't want those other two books. I want this book, this Foom 10, which looked really nice. And he said, all right, kid. He goes, give me $150. Kid, I go, I'm 50 years old. So I give him $150. So now I have my Foom 10. Okay.
Yeah.
So I submit my Foom 10 to CGC at the time, and it comes back a solid. I still have a picture of it. 9.0. Okay.
Wow.
All right. A solid 9.0. That was my original. All right. So I had posted this. Now I was into this with cleaning and pressing. This is pre-Spineworks. Cleaning, I just want to state that. Cleaning and pressing, I was into it for maybe $220, but it took a while, Lenny, right? Because it's magazine.
Well, like I said, it's magazine size, yeah. So CGC in those days, if you didn't do fast track yet, you would wait quite a while before you got it
I
back.
don't want to wait to go to a while. So I'm happy I got my FUM 10. I'm ogling over. A 9.0 is very solid in that grade. The CG census is low. I think there's only 250 graded. So I had the book for a while. And then all of a sudden,
what do you consider a while, Otto? What's a while?
I would say 2.5 months, 3 months.
That's not a while.
Well, all right. I mean, that's not a while in Florida time, or whatever, but a while in collecting. So about 2.5, 3 months later, I get a cold call. I get a DM, a straight DM saying, "Hey, I'm interested in that FUM 10. Are you interested in selling?" And I said, "No, not really." He goes, "Well, what would you sell it for?" And I was like, "I'm not interested." And then he threw out a blanket number that started with a 3 and had a comma in it. Okay. So on the lower end of it. And I looked, I was like, I'm into this for $200. You're offering me, am I saying that's 50 next times my money, right? Like, and I said, I don't know if this, and I checked this guy out. He was legit. He wasn't trying to, whatever. And I said, all right, I'm going to have to do this. I am going to a couple big shows. I know I'm going to find this book again. And that's what I said to myself. I said, between everybody I know in the comic book community, I will find this book again. But for 15x times my initial investment, I could buy other things with that. You know what I mean? So I pulled the trigger. And would you guys have done something like that? I mean, it's a big book for me, but 15x when you kind of need a little bit of extra cash.
Yeah. All day. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I would have done it all day.
I guess, yeah. I mean, if someone's willing to pay like that, sure. Yeah. I can see that happening.
Right. So the book is then moved. And that was probably 3 years ago, you guys. 3 years ago.
Oh, wow. During the height. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. Good
right. That's correct.
Good point.
Yeah.
Because that's when Little Giant had their first show after COVID.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That was it. So that was it. So good point, Lenny. Good calendar. So all right. So I sold it at the height. Maybe a good business move. I made lots of lousy business moves, but this was a good move. But
did you meet the person in person or something over the mail or what?
It was all DM through Instagram. So it was somebody from the comic book community. You know what I mean? Somebody that I follow and follows, but he hasn't really reposted. He's not very active. So, so I said, okay, but I kept saying, I'm going to find this book again. I'm going to find this book again. So as the shows start going on, and I start traveling a little bit, I'm up in Maine at Casablanca Comics. I see Rick. I go, hey, Rick, I really need a FUM 10. Oh, I got one. It's in the back. But he doesn't say anything after that. I talked to Bob Stevenson a dozen times over. Bob, you got a FUM 10? Oh, I got a FUM 10, but it's not for sale. Well, can you find me one, Bob? Like, if anybody can find me one, Bob can. And I was patient, and I was, I was throwing it out there, and I was just being like, all right, somebody's going to find it for me, whether it's Richie's Comic Cabana, Comics and Coffee, I was going to find it again. Lo and behold, I found it again. Thanks to the guy I'm going to highlight next.
Highlight this guy, man.
Lo and behold, oh, Jesus Christ.
Try it again.
Lo and behold, Theo would find this book for me. Now, I want you guys to understand the area that we live in. Frank and I live in neighboring towns. We grew up in the same kind of neighborhood almost. We went to the same high school, just different years. But I won't tell you how many. But we live next to the same towns. And our LCS is relatively in the middle, right? Our LCS is relatively in the middle. And Frank is always there digging. So I'm going to leave. So a Saturday in January, right? No, this August.
Yeah, this was early August after Terrificon.
Oh, after Terrificon. Yeah, especially when I got no cash, nothing hanging on. I get a picture and a phone call, and I'll leave it up to you, Frank. Go ahead.
All right, so this is what happened. I'll give a quick backstory, okay?
Mhm.
Our wonderful LCS, we love Braulio, right?
I harp Ralio, yeah.
We love, right. So a customer of his, a longtime customer, passed away. The family says, we need to get rid of this. All right. So apparently the person was a hoarder. So Art just went in. It was 3 pickup trucks full. And you know
Oh my
Joe's
God.
pickup truck. Yes,
Oh.
3 of them. They just started carting stuff in. Half the stuff went to one of the warehouses. These other books came here. So I'm there, and it's like I have to be very careful because I can't pick in front of other customers. I have to make it look like I'm helping the store in some way.
Yeah, like
All right.
that's
So
his download, just so you know. Don't tell anybody in this video.
right. So I have to go on a DL. So I'm picking. So it was after hours. Brother let me stay a little while. So I'm going through some books. I picked some stuff up. I said, you know what? I know he's still bringing stuff in. So a few days later, I go back in there and just he's got he's got boxes sideways, boxes crisscross, and on top of the box was a comic book cover upside down, and in it was a stack of magazines. So I just picked up. I'm like, oh. It's a phone with the vision on the cover.
Well, why did you go through the magazines? Just because it was there to look through? It was easy.
Just because it was there, and I kind of wanted to see what was under it because remember,
I got you. Right. So you're nonchalantly looking at this, but you really have an underlying goal of getting to the next box.
Yeah, I want to look at the long box of comics. I don't give a damn about the magazine.
I know, that's the whole thing, you guys. That's the whole thing. You don't like. That's why this is so like aligned in the stars. I mean. What kind of magazines were they, Frank? Like sci-fi stuff? Like
they were, you know, it looks like some fantasy magazines.
Yes, right.
They look like some movie horror magazines.
You don't collect at all.
No, I don't room for that.
Yeah.
So I saw the Foom, and then I saw another Foom Everett. All right. And then I saw a second copy of the Vision, and then I saw the Silver Surfer copy, and then I saw Jack Kirby, and then I saw the 10.
Oh my God.
Okay. So I was like, okay, I know someone's looking for this. So I went to Art and I said, I went joking with him, hey, I'll give you this. I would have gotten that, but I can't do that. But I said,
for two digits.
Yes.
Not 3 digits, not 4 digits. But a 2-digit number you could have got it for.
Absolutely. All right. But I called Everett. I said, I'm sending you something. Did I text you or call you? It was one or the other.
Whatever one happened, I was hanging out by the pool. I jumped out of that pool and grabbed that phone so quick.
You did. The poor dog got splashed with the water, you know. I mean, it was a mess. All right. So he called me, and you called me within seconds. All right. And I told her this is what happened. And then I'm like, you know what? I have no need for these. I don't care about these. All right. But I know you're looking for them.
Right.
So I went up to Braulio. I'm like, hold these for Everett. Don't give them to anyone else. Okay. Who'll be in today?
Yep.
All right. And how long did it take for you to get there?
Oh, I was dried off. I was there in 25 minutes, still a little bit wet from the pool. I still had some over me.
Oh, you got that Jeep air dry.
Oh, air dry. But you guys have to understand something. This LCS is 2 miles from my house. Frankly, maybe 5 miles from my house. So when I tell you the stars had to be aligned for me to find this Grail again right under my nose, hey, I did something right in this world. I don't know what I did, but you know, I thank whoever the higher power is that set this up, because this book means a lot to me.
Well, in that case, it was Frank.
I could not, in good conscience, let those books go to anyone else.
Thank you.
I just could not. I said he's gonna want these. He's absolutely gonna want these.
Right. So I went there, but the owner wasn't there, and I had to mull this over. And lately in my collecting, I've come to a point where I've said, if I come upon lots of books, but I mean lots, like this lot, not a lot of books, but this lot of Foom, you know, for those of you guys know, deep in 3 MIB lore, we came upon a long box of Wolverine miniseries 1 through 4. That in retrospect, I probably should have made a deal for the entire box and then done that, but I wasn't really doing it. But I have learned to do that now when I come upon things, right? So I called a couple people. I said, I'm going to offer a flat amount for this whole thing. And I know I got good credit with him, and I'll just take my time. It took me this long to get it back. I got good credit. I'm going to come in at this number, and I'll see what he says. So I like to think I'm a good customer there who bought big books and paid them off over time. There, I know there's people that got $1,000 worth of books that haven't paid them off yet, Frank. But we're not throwing those guys under the bridge.
No, we're not doing it, even though if they're currently banned from the store now. But that's
Oh,
another
they
story.
are really?
Yeah, yes.
Banned from the store. Ooh,
Yes.
comic book
Yes.
drama. All right.
Ooh.
So I came up with a number. Like realistically, I think a raw Boom 10 is anywhere from 600 to 800, depending, right? If not a little bit more. But I said that, like, I called Frank back, and Frank is like, Everett, this is just found money for him. He's got thousands of other books to move, right, Frank?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And,
Well,
and you know, he didn't have space, and he didn't even look to get rid of some of the books that he went to the warehouse. He just called his contact that he sold bulk to, and
Yeah.
he probably got rid of 40 or 50 boxes
Without
Oh
even
my
looking.
God.
without looking at them.
Really?
Yes, it's absolutely incredible. It was
Right.
3 pickup trucks.
Was it Joe's pickup truck?
It was Joe's truck.
Joe doesn't have an extended cab on his truck. That's a long bed truck too.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So I came up with an idea.
Wow.
I said, you know what? I'm going to offer him, I think I can do on credit $800. But I know he's not going to go for that. He's going to probably go for 1,000. So I was ready for that. But again, you guys, it's about the art of the deal. And I'm just going to buy them all, because how often do you get all these? I don't have the whole run, but these are all sequential, and there's a double of one of them in there. So I saw him. So I know we all live in the same town. I know about habits. I knew he was at the store on a Sunday morning, and I went up and I said, Art, what's up? He knew I was coming. He goes, what are we talking? I go, I got $100 bill in my pocket. He goes, that's not going to get you those books. I said, I know. I go, does 7 more of these get me that? And he goes, no. And I go, well, how many of these $100 bills are going to get me all those books? He looks at me deadpan. He goes, 10 of them.
Ooh.
Okay, it's the art of the deal. I said, Art, work me on here. I'm buying them all right off the rip. I just looked at them once, He goes, all right, give me $100 now. Oh, he goes, give me 100 now, and then how long to pay off? I said, I don't know, 3 months maybe. Every other, I'll make an installment. He's like, all right, deal. Shook my hand. I go, and he was actually outside the store. I go, can I go see the books one more time? He goes, no, I'm leaving. I'll see you later. Took my $100 right in the pocket. Took off. So
Without a receipt?
no, yeah, no, I don't think this guy's ever given a receipt. So
Oh, shit.
right, Frank?
Absolutely.
All right. So anyway, I go in there and I'm giving them 100 at a time. Every week I'm giving them 50. I'm giving them what I want to give them, but I'm prolonging it because I've waited this long. Why not? So I mean, so here's what it was, just so you guys know. Here are the books. Those were my payments, and I mean, I made a 50, a 50, a 200, a 50, a 50, another 50. So on 10/7, I think, or 10/12, I had a 350 balance. I paid it off and I walked out with them. Okay. So I do have the fooms. I'm going to show them to you right now. I'm going to go over them and I'm going to tell you my plan. And maybe you two can give me your opinion on this. And, really, this is where Lenny, you're going to be key in this. So I'm going to highlight myself just so I can show you. Thank you. All right. So now the first issue is issue 7. And this one had 2 copies, Frank. Okay.
That was the vision book, right?
No, it was the foom getting blown up.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
So 2 copies of this, and you can see that they look nice, right? I mean,
Lenny, those corners look pretty darn good.
Yeah, I mean, they look good. I mean, they look pretty sharp.
I
mean, there are in a bag and board, so
Yeah, and I'm going to just show you guys the back of this one just to give you an idea. And they are all in this type of shape. Okay. So, and I know the backs are important, just like opening up your books are important,
Now, Otto, have you spot checked and count pages? Anything missing? Anything cut out?
I did go through the Foom 10. The Foom 10 doesn't even look like it was read.
Okay.
So now here's the back. This is really, really cool. This is awesome.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, they look like they were on. It looks like it just got mailed and put away.
Yeah, Frank, were these boarded when you got them? When you saw them?
No, they were out of. That's what I was gonna ask Lenny. They weren't in bags and boards. What are the odds of them just putting them in some sort of box, staining them up, and there's nothing there?
Wow.
Okay, I don't. I mean, talk about luck. Talk about luck for that to happen.
Okay. So then, the next Foom in line is Foom 8.
Oh, that's nice.
The Romita cover.
I was going to say, that doesn't look like Kirby to me.
No.
That's nice. That white pops.
Okay. Is that, you see that? I don't know. That's probably, let's look at later. So anyway, yeah. So the white, I'm telling you. So,
Nice.
okay.
I mean, I didn't see any smudges on that. You know what I mean? I was looking for some sort of color rub, like on the white with the pink letters, Lenny. I didn't see
Yeah. Ooh, that's nice too.
Yeah.
What is that, Starlin cover?
It's gotta be. I've got to open it up and take a look at it. But see, now this is that color rub right there.
I can't see.
Up and down here.
I see something, but it's not clear at my end.
Like all right, it might be like that might be color rub. But anyway,
Lenny is white. Can you get that off without like destroying the book?
Yeah, on those they're easy to clean. I mean, the white areas are really easy to clean.
Really? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So now I'm gonna skip 10 and go to 11, and that's the Kirby cover.
Okay, yeah, that's Jack.
I like that one.
Okay. So again, I'm trying to give you guys a full,
Nice.
Okay.
Jack's back. That's cool.
Yeah, that's great. Very Eternals too. And then
Right.
here's the Vision.
Ooh, that's a nice cover. I've seen it before.
Yeah.
I think Bob Stevenson had one of those.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, Foom 12. Okay.
Would that be for sale?
Well, we'll have to see, Lenny. I mean, all right. And then here it is.
The Almighty 10.
The Almighty 10. I thank the comic book stars and Uncle Frank for being a good human.
Well, I would say it'd be Uncle Frank first, then the stars.
Yeah.
Because Uncle Frank had to make a moral decision. Should I keep it for myself or let Otto have it?
Absolutely. All right.
That is beautiful. I mean, where I'm sitting, that looks gorgeous.
Okay, now Lenny, though, you got to see this corner.
Ooh, okay. Is that a bend?
It's a bend, but not a break.
Okay, then it could probably be. Yeah, we can fix that.
Okay, that's a bend, but not a break, and I think that's because of that edge.
Yeah,
I am going to show you the back because this is where this is the last time I opened this book.
Does it have a label?
Yes, that's what I want to talk about.
Okay, we've removed them before.
Okay, so
because
front.
I'll explain why.
Front.
Oh shit! Please tell me
it landed flat.
Oh,
I shouldn't be handling this.
You got to crop that part out.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that corner. I hope that was the way the corner looked.
No, that didn't change. That
was there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that looks fixable. Yeah.
So there's the label.
We can get the label off.
Okay, but white though, right? Am I not like?
No, it's gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. It's going back in. Okay. So the label, if I like this 9.0 had the label on it. Okay. So I'm going to highlight you because, oh, shoot, where'd he go? No. I'm getting antsy. This 9.0 had the label on it, but it doesn't say anything about it affecting the grade.
Okay, so this is what I was told by CGC when I spoke to my guy, who is one of the graders there. and they said if you leave it on, you're gonna get dinged.
If you leave it on, you're gonna get dinged. Okay.
Grade wise. Now he didn't tell me how much of a grade decrease you would get, but he said you'll get dinged, right?
Okay.
And I said okay, but he
That
said
answers
this.
my-
But then he said if you remove it and cause any damage, you're gonna get a bigger ding. So I was like, oh, okay. So I said, well, let me get back to my customer because it's the same book you have, and he is the original owner. He got it years ago, mailed, and it still had the original label. So
yes.
after having a discussion with him, I said, it's your choice. I can remove it for you, or leave it on there. But at that time, we've never tried to attempt to remove one without any damage. I mean, we've done other stuff. So
Okay.
he was like, you know what? I would rather you remove it and save me the label. So between me and my son, we came up with an idea, and we kind of made a template the size of the label.
Okay.
And then I can't go with the details of what we did, but what we did actually worked very well without causing any damage to the rest of the book or underneath the label. And literally it fell right off.
Really?
And all we had to do is dry it up a bit and press it, and it was like perfect. Like it was never there.
Okay.
And then I was able to straighten out the label, put it on a little piece of cardboard, and send it back to the customer. He was really happy.
Well, I don't want the label from this guy because I don't know this guy from Adam, but I would probably let's bring on Frank here. Frank, I'm definitely getting this graded within the next, this is getting the Lenny within the next week and a half, 14 days now that I got it. But I should have him remove the label, right? Like if
there's someone I trust, I would trust him to do that.
I will, of course.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. All right. And I saw your wheel spinning, as a presser yourself, Frank, about how did something like that happen?
Yeah, I have some ideas, but I'm not going to ask them right now. I guess we'll wait till a phone call later on.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So Lenny, I have a question though.
Yeah.
I know you did something. You're able to get the label off.
Yep.
Do you have to go back? Was there any residue? Because you're talking a label that's decades old.
You got to keep in mind that design label is like a stamp.
Okay.
Stamp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like what you go to the store and you get those labels that you.
It's got to get better internet.
Yeah.
It's not that type of label. It's more like a stamp or I mean, literally, that's what they used in the old days to mail you stuff, especially envelope packages.
Right.
In my head, Lenny, I'm thinking it's like the adhesive is that like a pricing gun.
No, nowhere near that.
Okay, that's where my head was going.
Yeah, no, the pricing gun adhesive price tags, those are worse.
Really?
Those things sometimes can stick on for life, depending them or how long they've been on a book.
Right. Okay.
Really? Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I definitely think I'm going to have the label removed. Guys, let me know
and even then, when we removed it, it still left like a halo design of where the price tag was.
Okay.
And there was no way to remove that halo. So
did that book come back on where you thought it was going to come back at?
Which one? The Foom 10?
The customer, the one that you mailed the label back.
Oh yeah, the Foom 10 came back actually exactly the grade we predicted.
Really?
Because it did have a couple defects. The color was probably not as nice as Otto's, and it still came back a high grade. I think if I'm correct, it came back an 8.5.
Solid.
So the customer was ecstatic because again he got it way back. And if I'm correct, Otto, what is that? 70, 73, 70? No, 74.
74,
right?
74, yeah.
74, something in that ballpark. And he's had it all that time. And you got to keep in mind, when that magazine was around, of course, and all the others, there was no such thing as bags and board for that.
No, that thing was shipped through the mail, like turned
Yeah.
out like rolled,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they either rolled it or found a way, but the label stayed on the outside, so the person knew how to look it up and put it in your mailbox.
Yeah, right,
You know,
right.
and mind you, even when you got it, there was no such thing as bagging boards. The only thing you could probably put it in is a big manila envelope
Sure.
to
Or you make your own
preserve
board
it.
like I used to. Chop
Right,
up a board
and that's what the original owner did. He put it in a manila envelope big enough to fit it and just put it away, and he had it for many years. And I guess when he was shuffling through his collection, he saw the envelope with some other magazines and stuff, and he opened it. He's like, "Oh shoot, I forgot all about this."
holy
You know?
Christ.
Yeah, but he was the original owner because again, his name is on the label,
Right,
and
right.
and it was his childhood home. You know, when he got it when he was already going out of high school into college. So.
Mhm. Wow.
You know,
All
because
right.
he was an older guy, you know, and you know, he loved Marvel. I mean, he was a big Marvel fanatic.
Sure. I mean, so this you could probably say the same about this, except not put in an envelope, just stuck in a bag or stuck between some magazines, right, Frank?
Yeah, that's exactly. It had to be like that. It had to.
Yeah,
be like
right. Right. It had to be. So, well,
Mhm.
I definitely think I'm going to send this off to you. Now, my question is I'm a huge Surfer fan, and that Vision book is pretty good, and I like Kirby.
Yeah.
So if I send one, should I send 4? I mean,
You know what? This is what I tell everybody: do what you can afford.
okay.
Don't go beyond your means.
Yeah, right. But how much more is magazine? How much would this be? Let's see.
If I'm correct, magazine. What is it? Shoot, off the top of my head, I think modern is probably what 25, 26.
Frank, what am I, or Lenny, what am I looking under? Grading process, grading scales? I'm on the
Grading
website, right?
fees and services.
Oh, fees and services. No, not pressing. I got one. I got the best in the business. Let me see. All right, I can't find it. So
It's there. It's on the top.
submit collectibles. Let me see. Become a CGC member package. All right. I have grading right here. Jesus Christ, who's messaging me? Press coverage, grading process, receiving, verification, grading, calculation. Want to submit to CGC, learn how, become a member, choose your son. Okay, anyway. But anyway, I'm not worried about this. That's what Lenny does. So
Okay.
I think I'm going to send 4.
All right. If you send those 4 in, are the other ones equity? We always talk about equity, right?
Yeah, you know what? I should probably.
All right.
Yeah.
Because are you married to those? Because I think you already know enough people that might be interested in those books, so you can use those as equity. All right. Because I know you only want the full 10, but are you really married to the Kirby, to the Surfer, to the Vision books, and all that stuff?
No, not at all. It's all equity from there.
Oh, then
You know,
you're gonna have to, put out some now and then get it back later.
get it back in the back ends. Okay.
One way or another.
All right. Well, hey, you got to put out in the beginning, to get something on the back end. Hey,
There you go.
I've done it,
Yeah.
So
That's
all
just
right,
like
so
a
I
marriage.
think I'm going to do that. And you know what? Stay on track, guys, please. Remember. All right. This is and I got to fast track these, right? Because if I don't, I'm going to wait 6 months, right, Lenny?
Oh yeah. You should do fast track. Most definitely.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do fast track, and then I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna send it to you, and then we'll work on it from there. So, wow. I mean, you guys have made my decision. We have told the story. The next thing is to get it in Lenny's hands and have the mad scientists work on it. How busy are you right now, Lenny?
Oof! This month is an incredible month, and we're only on the 18th, and we're just getting over the middle.
Yep.
I got a show to do in Miami this weekend. It's a 2-day show. It's the second year of this show. The con promoter reached out to us and invited us, so that's really cool. I'm really humble and happy to be at the con. So that's going to be at the Miami Airport, Miami Convention this Saturday and Sunday.
Nice.
So I got to go Friday. So it's almost a 4-hour drive and set up early Friday. But I love Miami, so I can do a lot while I'm in Miami.
I bet.
And then Then from there, the following weekend, we got Spooky Empire, which is huge, huge, huge here. I guess for all the horror fans and anything gothic or anything of like Walking Dead, all of that, man, you got some of the big heavy hitter actors that have been in horror movies from the last 40 years.
Okay.
Is going to be at that 3-day show, and we're facilitating. So we'll be on the floor taking submissions. And I mean, one of the biggest names is going to be Robert Englund. You know who he is, Freddy Krueger.
Freddy, yeah.
You got last minute they added Keith Sutherland from the Lost Boys.
Okay.
Jason Patrick's going to be there. Lou Diamond Phillips. I mean, so many people. The guy who did Pinhead, Leatherface.
I'm not a horror guy, so you wouldn't catch me there, So good. All right. Well, it seems like Spineworks has got a lot on. I hope you can get my books, and
yeah.
I'll wait the line like I have to, but I just want the master presser, the mad scientist, to work on them, and I'll be happy when they're in your hands. All right.
Sure.
Greg, you pick up anything lately?
I know I posted this, but some people haven't seen it yet. And again, sometimes you just walk into a book, right? All right. And there it was.
Oh.
There it is.
Gorgeous book.
Unbagged and boarded, just on top of a stack of comics, on a box behind the counter. What do you want for them? He goes, Frank, give me a few bucks for it.
Oh.
Yeah. This is going on 95. Yeah.
That's a big book.
Now, Frank, did you look at the back?
I will.
Yeah. Look at the back, because they're notorious for having color rub on the spine.
Right. But again, I got this for a couple bucks.
Yeah.
And I've never had
high ratio variant. Is that what that is? I apologize.
Yeah, it's the Netflix variant. There's a very low print run on that book. Normal raw prices, Otto, for that book start from $200 and up. Raw. And then of course this came in for Uncle Frank. This is for Uncle Frank.
Look at that.
Just came in.
Oh my God.
That's the book that our dear friend Roger, that was an act of kindness from Roger.
Was it really?
Yes, it was. So
he's a good guy.
Roger's awesome. We love Roger. All right. I said I've never had a Crane signature, and I knew Lenny was gonna have some representatives at San Diego, right, Lenny?
Yes. So
I said I gotta get this to him. I got to get this to him. So that's definitely a PC book. I can't wait to showcase it on IG, So I'm very excited to get that back.
All right. Lenny, what have you picked up lately? Just to wrap this up.
So I have come across a few things. Just to let you know, guys, I haven't posted yet, but we will be doing an in-house signing at a store with Alex, if I'm correct, if I'm pronouncing it right, Alex Saviuk. He's the artist creator of Tombstone and a whole bunch of other characters here and there in the Marvel Universe. So we're going to be doing in-house signing with him next month. And then we're waiting for confirmation to do an in-house signing with this guy, which I've been picking up these books. You know who that is?
That's G.I. Joe. No, I don't know that artwork.
Who am I pointing to?
Is that Snake Eyes?
You got it.
Yeah.
Now who played Snake Eyes in the original 2 G.I. Joe movies?
Ray Park.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah. So we've been told today that he did.
Huh?
I
heard he's a pretty nice guy.
Oh yeah, super nice guy. Especially that the store that we're going to be doing they're doing like a Toys for Tot, for charity for Christmas and stuff like that. Yeah. So he's really big into that. He confirmed that he will do it. He just haven't confirmed what day. And I told the manager of the store, I need to know so I can submit it to get the approval from CGC. And he said, sure, I will lock it down so you'll know, because I need to know at least 2 weeks in advance, but it will be next month. So I've been picking up a whole bunch of these photo variant books of Ray Park dressed as Snake Eyes. As we all know, he played our favorite villain, Darth Maul.
Yeah, I have a Darth Maul signature signed by him.
And I have a few Darth Maul books I've already picked up. So we're gonna do that signing. And I heard last year when he did do that
You have a
signing,
date for that, Frank? Frank, what was the date again? Because now I got to get in on this.
Yeah, I do have a dark mall book, by the way, a photo cover, which will look pretty damn awesome.
yeah.
In
So
silver, right, Frank, with the sand in the back from episode 1. Is that it?
He's standing right in the middle.
Yeah.
Right in the
Yep.
middle. So yeah.
Yeah. No, that'd look great.
yeah.
All right.
So you know, we're just waiting to find out what's the actual date. So
Yep.
I heard last year when he did do the signing at the same store, they said they didn't leave the store till like 1:30 in the morning after the last person got their book signed, or
Wow.
toys or whatever they put in front of Ray Park to sign. And it should be interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. And then you know, I think we'll probably have another signing, and I got to do something in Texas next month at Heritage Auction.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like a private event. It's like a 4-day event, and looking forward to that, where they got like 9 of the biggest comic book dealers from the country to just be there for the individuals who bought tickets, and then we get to be participating in watching the live auction that they normally start on a Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that, and after party and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah,
but
awesome.
And I guess let's see what else I picked up. I picked up one of these, which is pretty cool. Kevin Eastman. Look at that. Kevin Eastman did Daredevil.
Look at that.
Very nice.
You don't see that
That's
too
the new
often.
series, right?
Huh?
That's the new series, right?
Yeah. But I thought it was pretty cool that Kevin Eastman did it.
No, that's very cool. That's very cool.
You know,
I mean, I don't
you know,
own any Turtles books, but I you know, Kevin Eastman's around. Maybe I find a copy of that. Is that hard to find, Lenny?
No, it's not that hard. I mean, it's just pretty cool that it looks, you know, you know how he draws, right? It's not like
I respect it, man. I just hate that I didn't buy 5 copies when I was 13 years old.
Oh yeah, well, me too. But it's you know, out of the way he draws, it's very animated. It's very not adult like.
Yeah, no,
right.
Yeah, he's always in action. His characters are always in action.
Right, and I thought it was really cool the way he did Daredevil in that, so I had to have it. And then I just recently picked up this, and really high grade, Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
this came out. This came out before the comic book. Very tough to come by in high grade. It's a Marvel Super Special number 18. I've been looking for one for a while, and I finally got it.
Nice.
You know, I think that might have been in that box next to the phones. I'm just saying.
Yeah, really. It could have been there, right?
You never know.
Let's go back. My God. Oh, my God. All right. Awesome. So, you know, guys, we're going to wrap up. We've been keeping everybody for 45 minutes. This has been great catching up with my some more family members from 3 Men in the Basement. So you heard where Spineworks is going to be. Lenny, where can they find you? On Facebook, Instagram?
Yep, Facebook, Instagram. The website is still up. Okay. And but yeah, I will be posting the other events after this week.
Yeah, please join the Facebook page. It's very active. There's lots of great content. The Facebook page is probably the only page other than the 3 Men in the Basement Facebook page that I interact with. So I certainly enjoy that. Uncle Frank, I guess we'll see you around, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll be around. You know me.
We'll be around, right? We get around.
Yeah, I'm always hunting, you know. Every now and then I'll run into something, you know.
Yeah, and then you can play. Well, next thing you know, you hear a little salsa music, and here comes a Grail for, you know, for here comes the salsa music. And you know when the salsa music hits, then Frank's going to show a book that he pulled out of a box. And it's in great shape. So, true hunter you are, Frank, and a good friend. So, thank you very much.
All right. I'm happy. I'm so happy for you. I'm glad the book went to you. You know, it's great. It's a great story. All around.
And really, you know, and I'm going to wrap it up by saying, guys, so this is, I guess, the main point of this. You know, it's okay to move the books. You're going to find them again. They're out there. I knew I would find it. It took 3 years, but I got it. The biggest part about it is I can't believe I found it right in my backyard. I didn't find it, you know, at a shop in California. I didn't find it up in Maine or in Florida. I found it right in my backyard. And that to me is true comic karma and goodness. And I thank Uncle Frank for passing on it like that. I thank Lenny for the work that he's about to do. So as always, in the comment section below, let me know your thoughts. You know, have you sold stuff and found it again? Are there still stuff you're looking for? Let me know the whole process. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll always comment back. So Lenny and Uncle Frank, on behalf of Three Men in a Basement, the extended Three Men in a Basement family, I am Everett Otto. That is Uncle Frank. That is the mad scientist Lenny. We are Three Men in a Basement, and we are out.
Good night, Canada.